90% of people watching this video are not trading and investing the right way. That sounds kind of arrogant, but after years in the market, I've been there before and working with thousands of people, there's one thing that almost everyone lacks when it comes to stocks, options, crypto, whatever you're trying to make money off of, and that is patience. Yes, patience with a Y, because in order to get paid and for things to pay off, you need to have patience in whatever you do. Now, most people go to college or take a course if they want to learn something. If you want to be a doctor, you have to go to medical school and undergo an intense regimen just to be able to operate on a patient. A violinist might not necessarily get professionally trained, but still practices 1,000 hours, 10,000 hours. From notes and scales to complex compositions by Mozart, you have to start from somewhere and build your way up gradually. But for some reason, when it comes to money, we're all scatterbrained and we think that we can just start from nothing and go on Reddit, a YouTube video, and your mileage is gonna vary. You could listen to someone with great advice, you could listen to someone with not great advice, and ultimately it's up to you to execute on whatever they're saying. Remember, you wanna cultivate a skill that's gonna last you for a lifetime. All right, guys, so let's go over what patience actually means and how you use this as a system to help you develop a proper trading strategy and mentality. The first one I'm gonna go over is plan/purpose. You want to make sure, what are you trying to accomplish here? Are you going to be being a short-term trader, a day trader, or are you more of a long-term investor as long as you see returns in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years for your kids or grandchildren? A, attitude, otherwise known as mentality, right? This is paramount. You need to have a growth mentality going into this. You're not trying to be, the next millionaire in the next few days. You're trying to take this step by step, and every time you succeed or don't succeed, you want to be able to pick yourself back up and determine what exactly happened. And that leads into why here, right? Why? Why did a trade succeed or not succeed? Why are you getting into a position? If you're trying to trade breakouts, trade breakouts. Don't do anything like buying before anything triggers your entry. If you're trading chart patterns, let the pattern play out. Get in when it makes sense. If you did not do that, well, why did you not do that? Time, okay? You need time for your strategies to play out, and you need time to actually develop those strategies. Give yourself a chance to learn how the stock market works. Next one, I, intentional. You want to be intentional with everything you do. Trading successfully should be a methodical approach. It's not randomized. E, one of the most important concepts, emotion. Disassociate yourself actually as much as possible from emotions, because you want to make decisions for you financially that are not based on your short-term emotions. You want to make sure that everything you do is data-driven. Next one here is N for noise. The ability to actually cancel out noise. Whether it's on a stock chart, there's so many things going on, but you look for the overall trends, or even people that tell you, hey, you suck, your strategy does not work. Maybe it doesn't, but don't let them tell you that. You need to be able to evaluate that on your own. That ties into the second last one here, and that is confidence. You have to have confidence in your trading plan. If something is not currently working out, but it's still within the realm of your trading plan, just stick through it, let it play out. Let the trades come to you, don't force the trades. And lastly, the second E here that encapsulates all of these things is having a great education. Education opens doors for you and makes sure that you'll be able to have as many opportunities as possible, whether it's trading or even if you get an education and that ends up getting you a job. Right? Or it just helps you, teaches you how to learn. That's how education should actually be. And as long as you have a great education, you focus on learning. That's the most important thing in the beginning. You will end up being able to go through all of these different principles and internalize them. And that will help you become a successful trader. But don't just take my word for it. Here are some data-driven tips to actually show you why patience matters and how it helps you succeed. First, the risk of ruin calculator. You need to develop a trading system that works for you, whether it's 100 trades, 1,000 trades, 10,000 trades, right? Ideally, we want to develop a system that will work out for the rest of your life. You're putting a lot of time into this. Let's make sure it actually works. And to do that, you want to use the risk of ruin calculator. It lets you calculate the probability of losing a certain amount of your initial investment or simply a percentage of your portfolio at a given point in time. Risk of ruin, risk of drawdown. You'll need to journal and monitor your average win rate, win amount, loss amount, and risk per trade. Map it out and make sure that you're not taking an excessive amount of risk per trade and that your strategy is not going to end up bankrupting you. Put simply, this calculator shows you exactly why almost all rookie traders lose most or all of their money. Now, when most people start out, they want to put as much of their money into it as possible, take as many trades as they can. They just jump in and hope for the best. But the math literally shows that if you go down that path, you put in 30% of your money with every trade, you're, kind of winning and losing the same amount of money, but you think you're eventually going to get there. Well, probability wise, you're actually going to end up losing most or all of your money 100% of the time. You should be getting to a point where you're not risking that much money per trade. You have a nice risk reward, maybe about 2 to 1 or 3 to 2, and you're increasing your win rate over time. You're picking a strategy that tends to win more than you lose. And ultimately, your risk of ruin is actually very low, if not zero. This was mind-blowing to me when I first discovered this because literally it shows you that most people will fail. And the crazy thing is that people will continue to try to do what they're doing, literally the definition of insanity, but they don't know it because they haven't done the homework and they haven't played with this risk to ruin calculator. So be patient, take the time to actually develop a strategy, refine it, test it out, make sure it actually works, and then stick with it. We teach risk management and other skills like technical analysis in our stockdads Discord. Connect with a one-on-one mentor who will help you develop your own trading plan and go through a customized learning experience with our educational courses. We also have live trading alerts for stocks, options, crypto, sports betting, and more. And the beautiful thing is that we actually vet our analysts on a regular basis, so their win rates and average wins are totally transparent for you. You can decide who you want to follow and who you don't want to follow. Of course, at the end of the day, it's not easy to separate emotion from money, certainly because you're putting a lot of time and effort into money, and money is, at the end of the day, what makes the world go round. But at least with this risk of ruin calculator, you know that if you follow this the right way, the chances of you losing all your money or a certain amount of money, you could literally program it so that it's zero. There is no chance, or almost 0.0001% chance of that happening. If you find that you can't sleep at night, if you're worrying constantly about your positions, then that may be a sign that you're not doing things correctly. Jesse Livermore, one of the most famous traders of all time, once said, if you can't sleep at night because of your stock position, then you've gone too far. If that is the case, then sell your position down to a sleeping level. I could not agree with that more, because if you have the most amazing, mathematically proven, 10,000 trades proven strategy, but if your mental game is not there, you're not going to succeed. We get excited, we get angry, we get greedy, and that does not help you succeed as a trader. Patience, patience, and patience does. Now, all of this can be painful to hear. It might be boring to hear. You were probably expecting some sort of magical solution, right, to trading and investing. But I can tell you that unfortunately there is not. We just came out of the worst year in decades for the stock market. Worst since 2008. A lot of people have lost a lot. They're jaded and they don't like the stock market anymore. They think it's a scam. It's true that some stocks will never recover. The AMC shares you bought, I can't say if they're going to go back up, to all-time highs, but the stock market as a whole always tends to recover. We've gone through so many worse things than we've actually gone through over the past year, right? We've had so many wars. We've had a great recession. We have a global financial crisis. We had a pandemic where everything was shut down. And even then, the S&P 500 is still up 2,000% over the past few decades. But you have to trust the process and make it work for you. You cannot trade blindly. You cannot trade, frankly, stupidly or invest stupidly, right? You have to actually develop and follow and stick with a strategy that works. So as we close out this video, guys, I implore you, go back to patience, find out what it means to you and how to make it work for you. And that is the key to investing or trading successfully. All right, guys, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and got a lot of value out of it. It's something that the trading and investing community does not talk about enough, even though that this is, in my personal opinion, the singular most important thing that determines whether or not someone is not successful or successful. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this information. Remember to check out the stockdads Discord for live trading alerts, educational courses, one-on-one mentorship, and a whole lot more. I'll see you guys in the next video, and let's make 2023 the best year yet.